Here, I have an award-winning fortress. What I do not have are award-winning dwarves to match. I used to have some award-winning dwarves, but I lost most of them to Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin and his sticky spray. Due to this, I now need to build an actual set of defences to combat the possibility of A, another big fat beast, and B, the goblin invasions that happen every 5 to 10 minutes. My solution is one of engineering genius. Dig a very, very, very deep pit around the entire fortress. Both baddies and no good hippie traders are weak to pits. They'll either have to stand there and scratch their head, or dive into the pit and explode into a pile of gore. Unfortunately, more goblins arrived before the pit was deep enough, so they just stepped past it and killed a whole bunch of dwarfs. In the combat, they killed like 2 or 3, and then gross misconduct and medical neglect killed the rest. But the goblins had a trick up their sleeve. They used their ultimate move. They've glitched my game so that dwarves refuse to mine at all, for any reason. What the fuck are they all doing? Okay, they're planting, i.e. literally anything but what they're supposed to be doing. It's time for an experiment, as I'm pretty much screwed if this continues. I'm going to walk away and leave this running. When I come back in an indeterminate amount of time, I want them to be happy and flourishing. And it's worked. All the orders are gone. I think what happened is I forgot that ice becomes liquid ice in summertime, and there were dwarves walking about. The ice melted, and the dwarves that got caught in it shot themselves and drowned or whatever. That doesn't really matter. What matters is that it's shaken them out of their useless no work mode. In fact, it's great because it means I can make it into a moat. All I have to do is remove the walls, and it will be the greatest moat the world has ever seen. Wait, why are you all running towards the water? Actually, thinking about it, I've built this pit through quite a large portion of my fortress, so I should maybe build something here to stop the water from filling it up and turning it into a fucking insane aquarium. No, you can't go into a fey mood. There's shit to do. I don't want trinkets. I don't want sculptures. I don't want drums. Yeah. Rubbish. I need to use 100% of my brain to figure out the logistics of this moat without waterboarding everyone in the fortress, and you need to ignore that big pile of bones in the corner of the hospital. Throat takes full force of impact I presume being a rock, a boulder. He stands up, is no longer stunned, then dies. It's bullshit, you're obviously alive, you're just acting up. You need to get over it. Have you tried light exercise? And then others, they just take boulders to the head and keep going like nothing happened. You can tell which ones have been watching their 4 hours of motivational videos before work. You know, others just drop dead for no reason. I guess they've got massive lazy pussy syndrome. I'm not willing to work 25-hour days slaving away at the mines for my omnipotent master. Mangled some stupid human as well, but he's pretty happy about it because he was close to a waterfall. So it's suboptimal results all round because he's alive and he's happy. I've just noticed there's a child stuck on the other side of the pit. You're an orphan now, Timmy. I'm not building a drawbridge for at least 6 months. I have to say, I'm slightly worried though about how large the meat pile is getting, because it suggests to me that the 20 or so dwarves that have died from medical neglect have been recycled into hamburgers. I don't understand how peasant can be a profession. Isn't peasant just like a class? You can just put unemployed, it's fine. I won't have you purged. And, you know, if/when I do, I'm going to purge peasants exactly the same. So there's been a steady stream of entertainers and other useless undesirables coming over the mountains to sing songs and drink all my wine ever since I built my tavern. You know, to the point where the tavern is absolutely hilariously full of them. Including goblins, by the way, goblin entertainers. Even after killing one of them, they just keep coming. But because of my pit, they've all got stuck here. They all just stand around at the edge. So when the inevitable bi-secondly goblin invasion occurred, they're all just standing there ripe for killing. And the goblins just shredded them. Oh my god. No way they just took one look and fucked off. No way that's the secret to dealing with goblins. I had siege appear at the top of the screen for about 10 seconds and it disappeared because the goblins decided they couldn't really put me to siege. As long as they never figure out the ultra advanced put plank of wood across small gap technique, then I will never have to deal with goblins again. Oh, One or two of them have dropped into the hole and killed a dwarf actually. He is seriously injured, but I don't know if it's from the fall or from the fighting. I'm going to presume from the fall. The lack of combat alerts and this big pile of goblin bodies has changed my evaluation. What actually seems to have happened is the goblins jumped into the hole and splattered at the bottom like lemmings over and over and over. So the siege was over because the goblins all killed themselves in unison. Ah, there's the waterfall hippie. He's sitting in the pit, feeling hopeless or something pointless like that. Any feeling other than work, drink, work is cringe. The roaming bird thieves, that's thieves that happen to be bird people, not people who steal flying animals and or women, have all fallen into the pit and not flown out, which is quite funny. No stealing trinkets for you, you fucking egg-laying dicks. How can he be missing? Where could he have gone? It's not like there's a massive sprawling cavern under our very feet where any number of tiny little people could get lost for thousands of days. That's not what happened. He got flash frozen in the ice. I'm guessing he was standing up to his ankles in the relatively shallow water in the moat. Winter arrived and either the water froze so fast that he couldn't scramble out of it before he became completely encased, or he just let himself freeze. You haven't even developed toilet paper yet you're trying to develop cryogenics. This is what you get. Nothing brings me joy like seeing the wall of vagrants and door-to-door salesmen stacked outside the Great Pit. This is better than any invasion repellent really, because they are an invasion of sorts, right? I'm fine, I'm self-sufficient. I don't need poets. I don't need 40 poets an hour. Poetry is shit. Poetry is just music but without the music. I truly feel like a great all-powerful border guardian. If that big cock-swinging chameleon from earlier came now, it wouldn't know what to do. I'm not abandoning the guild hall agreements. I built you a hall. I just don't want it to be too fancy, because we all know what guilds are synonymous with. Unions.
This is a union safety official.
And there shalt be no unionising in my perfect fortress society. The random mangled skeletons and constant accidents and lack of pay and entertainment bring character to a fortress that would otherwise be dull and unorganised. You've got all these fun mysteries to solve, like why is the underground well surrounded with blood perpetually? Why do they have a baby in the mine? Were they using it as a pickaxe? Why do the bees keep stinging the children? I guess the solution is to build some sort of bee milking machine and squeeze out all of their bee milk, one bee at a time. Allegedly, according to, I saw this on National Geographic, this will stop them being so agitated. I don't really need the milk, because food's really easy. Honestly, all I do is grow strawberries all year round, literally. I don't even fertilise the strawberry field, I just grow strawberry, take seed, grow more strawberry, repeat, repeat, repeat. Alright, here we go. True test of our defences. We've got a giant conjoined radioactive Wario and Waluigi. And look at them, they're stumped. They don't know what to do, other than crushing all the confused idiots standing at the border wall. But actually, in that sense, they're doing a service, like a cross between Patrick Bateman and the janitor. I'm invulnerable now, aren't I? There's no outside threat that can stop me, as long as it moves across the ground and it's on the surface. So not a dragon, or a depressed brain cells moderator from the depths of dungeons. I'm literally invincible. So, for now at the very least, I'm going to cut my losses. I'm going to declare myself the best Dwarf Fortress player who's ever lived, because I've got a self-sufficient invincible fortress that nobody ever dies in. Oh, don't click away though, don't fucking click something else. I don't care what's there. Just listen. If you've got this far, and you haven't pressed any of the shiny red buttons that appear, any of the things that, you know, give me dopamine. Why? Do you just hate me? It's too late now, there's no point pressing it now, because I've already taken offence. Your house is filling with little fairies as we speak. Little fairies are going to disassemble all your furniture, they're going to steal half of all your food, they're going to hide in your walls, there are going to be 6, 7, 24 of them in your walls. They're going to crawl behind your headstand while you're sleeping, they're going to scratch the wall behind your head, they're going to make loads of noise. And it's your fault.